In a world bombarded by constant change,
organizations that increasingly are operating globally,
trying to do more with less.
The external environment is rapidly changing.
There's constant organizational restructuring happening.
Today, executives feel intense pressure to manage organizational change. What's at stake if they fail to involve the right people in the right way?
A tremendous drain of organizational knowledge as a result of key people leaving the organization.
Despite these pressures, managing constant change doesn't come naturally to many organizations.
They're asking one particular section of the organization to just go deal with it. This change is going on. You know what to do. You're the experts in change. Just go fix it.
To understand the realities of change, Achieve Global analyzed today's best thinking about change management and designed a worldwide study to explore key trends. We found that successful organizations do not focus entirely on project management, on the traditional phase-based approach to change.
If we look at a phase-based approach, people would get confused. I'm in phase 1 in this part of the change, phase 2 here, phase 3 there. We're creating schizophrenic reactions to change.
Instead, we found successful organizations tend to apply certain key practices, which promote change capability at every level.
A practice-based approach to change allows us to say that whatever moment or dynamic you're facing with this change process, here is a skill and approach to helping you work most effectively through it.
Having identified 10 key practices, we arranged them in 3 groups, or hallmarks, of change capability, found all over the world in successful organizations.
They are able to activate capability, communicate for results, monitor mechanics and mood, be effective, and change capable.
Our research found that 3 hallmarks distinguish organizations and people who respond quickly and effectively to constant, overlapping changes in a global economy. Leaders who activate capability tap into the ability to change that exists in every individual. Leaders who communicate for results fill information gaps and use dialogue to generate energy and momentum. Leaders who monitor mechanics and mood attend to the details of implementation and to the shifting emotions of people under the constant pressure of change. What role do executives play in this practice-based approach?
Understanding what the needs are in terms of change. So staying current on what's happening in the world, being able to bring that back into the business and understand the impact that it has is probably the most crucial thing, because being prepared is right at the top of the list of what the executive needs to be able to do.
Leaders ought to be the first to ask, what do we need to change about everyday life here in order to make it easier to do the right things?
And what is the key challenge for executives?
Unless as a leader you really think about the skills that your organization needs to make those changes, where there are deficiencies in your team, your team of senior leaders, your team of managers, your team of individual contributors, it makes it really hard to make a difference.
What are some of the practices that help leaders create a change-capable organization?
It's very motivating for an individual when they feel that they're already strong and competent to continue to get better in an area that they like, they already excel in. By improving those behaviors, they're increasing their overall contribution to the organization.
Experimentation for me is about finding various different solutions to a problem that is facing an organization.
Establishing and understanding what the mood is of an organization is probably one of the most critical aspects of a change.
Executives don't have the luxury of saying, just because I said so anymore. We need to continue engaging employees, and we begin to create the environment where people can engage and question activities by creating a candid environment.
Once the vision and the understanding of what is transpiring, what is happening, and which way or direction the organization is going, I believe at that point then we have to do checkpoints. And checkpoints means communicating at every level.
When the people in an organization understand the truth about why we're doing this and what are the consequences if we don't do things a bit differently, almost always they'll ask the question, so what can I do to help?
People understand the baseline for performance, and that's the practice, that's the policy. From there, they're able to take the situation that they're currently facing and understand how to improve the process so they can respond more quickly.
When organizations adopt these and other key practices, they begin to foster a culture of success in an ever-changing world.
The world is less predictable. You have to be very nimble and you have to be change capable.